When you use a gravity-fed water system, you aren't relying on an electric pump. As we see here, you're relying entirely on the raw physical weight of falling water to do the work. This setup runs on energy stored by height. The higher you place your water tank, the more heavy water stacks up inside the line, which means more pressure at the bottom. In a perfect world, your plumbing would be a single, perfectly straight vertical pipe dropping directly from that roof tank down to your garden hose. In that uninterrupted straight-line state, gravity acts as a flawless engine, delivering the most water pressure possible right to your destination. But our homes aren't built in perfect vertical lines. To get water where it needs to go, pipes have to navigate around walls, dodge under foundations, and snake through tight spaces. To navigate these obstacles, we use a standard 90-degree pipe elbow, the universal solution for turning a corner. And we've all experienced the frustrating result. You have a full tank of water on the roof, but by the time you actually open the hose, that pressure has vanished, leaving only a weak trickle. Why does the powerful engine of gravity suddenly fail us just because a pipe takes a turn? Inside a 90-degree elbow, water flows rapidly toward a sharp corner. It cannot bend smoothly. Momentum carries it forward until it violently slams the outer wall. This crash creates turbulence. Water breaks into swirling eddies and reverse currents that actively fight the incoming flow. Imagine driving on a fast-moving highway and being forced to make a sharp 90-degree turn onto a narrow city street. You have to slam on your brakes. A 90-degree elbow is a friction-generating braking zone. It actively consumes the energy the water spent falling from the roof, robbing it of its speed. There is a way to picture this loss by comparing it to a street path. We call this the equivalent length. It works by taking the energy lost in just one turn and stretching it out, transforming that single elbow into a long, straight stretch of pipe. Depending on the size of your pipes, passing through a single 90-degree turn is the same as traveling through 2 to 6 extra feet of straight pipe. Every elbow you install adds invisible pipe to your system, forcing gravity to push the water much further than the actual distance suggests. After exiting an elbow, the water is a complete mess. It needs a long stretch of straight pipe, often 10 to 20 times the width of the pipe itself, just to calm down and regain a smooth flow. But because space is tight, we often stack multiple 90-degree elbows right next to each other. When turbulent water hits a second elbow before it has time to recover, the chaos from the first turn feeds directly into the next, exploding into a massive swirling currents that block the pipe. This is a multi-car pileup in your plumbing. The water is constantly braking for the next turn and never gets a chance to pick up speed. Stacked elbows turn a series of small disruptions into one massive blockage that bleeds the gravity engine dry. Let's zoom out and look at a realistic home system with a zigzagging maze of elbows routing water down to a garden hose. Physically, the pipe is only 20 feet long, but look what happens when we unfold that maze to reveal the actual water flow reality. That zigzagging layout stretches out from a short 20-foot segment into a massive 150-foot obstacle course. That weak trickle at your hose makes sense now. The limited weight of the water in your roof tank isn't strong enough to push through 150 feet of invisible friction. To keep your pressure, you have to design a system that works with gravity rather than against it. Whenever you have the space, replace those sharp elbows with gentle, sweeping curves. As you see here, the water glides effortlessly through the turn, keeping its speed and momentum. And when sharp turns are unavoidable, keep them far apart, giving the water plenty of straight pipe to recover and smooth itself out. When gravity is your only engine, protecting your pressure means keeping the highway clear and avoiding the invisible plumbing traffic jam.